Welcome to Kayla's World. I'm Kayla Canoe, aspiring author, and today I'm going to do the new story idea tag. This tag was created by Bethany and Brooke, and I will link their information below. And I was tagged by Kim Chance and Natalia Leigh. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Question number 1. What is your current story idea that you're working on right now? I am currently working on the first novel in a series that I'm writing. I've titled it Intertwined. That's what I'm working on right now. I don't really want to say too much because I don't want to spoil anything. Question number 2. Do your ideas begin with characters, plots, world building, or something else entirely? Well, my current story idea actually came from characters. So I had a solid kind of romantic relationship between characters that I really wanted, and they came from completely different backgrounds. So I definitely kind of started with the characters for this particular story and then found a plot to go with it. Alright, question number 3. How do you puzzle piece your story elements together? Do you go from the end to the beginning or from the beginning to the end? So for my story, I definitely had an ending. So because this is a series for the first book, I knew where I wanted to end because I kind of knew where I wanted it to start for the second book, and I knew exactly how I wanted to break them apart. And I also knew where I wanted to begin. Now my beginning did change because I changed settings / plot for my story quite significantly recently. But the ending was still the same as far as character relationship. So I know where I want to be, but I start writing from the beginning. So I'm definitely writing chapter 1 all the way through to the end. But I know where I want to end so that way I have a direction to go in. Question number 4. How do you know when you want to keep or toss a story idea? Well, so I don't know that I've ever actually tossed any of my story ideas. I'm very creative, so I kind of come up with ideas for things all the time, all over the place. And I just kind of write them down and store them because who knows when that'll become useful. You know, maybe something that I thought of several years ago will fit beautifully into the plot of my current novel, and I'll just, grab that thing from the past and put it into my work. And yeah, so it's kind of a matter of picking the things that I want to write about first and using them, and then the other ideas just kind of sit on the back burner. I don't really throw them away because there's never a bad idea. Alright, number 5. How much of your original story idea is actually used once everything is finished? Well, so I'm probably a third to a halfway through writing my current novel, and my original idea was based on characters, so that is still there in that sense. However, my original kind of plot and even my setting, my time. So like originally my novel was gonna be in like current times, people going to college kind of thing, and it definitely turned into a technology is limited and there aren't any cars and all we have are carriages and wagons. So my story idea definitely significantly changed as far as plot and the scenes and everything that's going on, but the original love interest relationship was maintained. Question number 6. I don't know if you can hear that. My cats are running around knocking into things. Hope you can't hear that. Question number 6. Do you share your book idea with friends or keep them a secret? So I probably would share my book ideas with people that I'm really close to. So my partner, I definitely talk to him about my book idea, my characters, and my story. I just ramble on and on and on and on about all the possibilities of all the different things that I could do with it. And he kind of just listens and is like, okay, that's all kinds of different things. I don't know that I necessarily share it with other people, just because well, no, I would share my ideas with like my critique partner and my real life partner. But as far as like friends and family, I kind of leave it limited because I don't really want to like spoil anything. I want them to be able to read my book when it's finished and be like, oh, I had no idea. Because it turns out when you tell people your ideas and then when you write it and you change things, they already know the ideas that you had, and it influences how they feel about what you do end up writing. So my partner has not been such a great person to have as a beta reader because I've told him too many things. Question number 7. Have any of your book ideas originated with a dream or nightmare? Yes, they have. I am a very, very vivid dreamer. I have had all kinds of random dreams, from alien invasion dreams to adventure traveling dreams to time traveling to monsters, and all kinds of crazy shit happens in my head. And actually, so the idea for my current novel that I'm writing did come from a dream. It actually came from an interaction between characters. So between I think I was the girl, and then there was a male character in my dream, and there was like this intense connection feeling kind of thing happening, and like this curiosity and mystery behind it. So that's really where my story idea started, and I was actually working on something different at the time, and then I had that dream, and I was like, oh, I have an idea, and down the rabbit hole of Intertwined, so that's where my story came from. Question number 8. Have you ever had an idea for a story but then see a similar premise in a book, TV series, or movie? Well, so I'm a firm believer in like all of the ideas are kind of out there. And so in my story, I've definitely probably pulled hints of different things into it. There's a survivalist aspect to it that, you know, could maybe be similar to Hunger Games and Maze Runner type of stuff, but it's different in its own way. The characters are going to be different. You know, in reality, I guess my characters being so different, they could be like, you know, from different sides of the block, so they could be like Romeo and Juliet type thing, except they're not star-crossed and it's not a tragedy. But everything's kind of already out there, so I believe that each story, you know, it can pull aspects of things that you've seen, because you get ideas from everything you see, everything you watch, everything you read. But in the end, it's your story, and you're the only one telling it in your way, with your characters doing the things that they're doing. Alright. Number 9. Have any of your favorite movies / TV shows sparked ideas for scenes in your book? Yes. Probably, most likely. I am a big movie TV watcher, so I have not read The Hunger Games, but I've watched The Hunger Games. So my survivalist battle thing, the aspect of my novel is definitely from that, inspired by that. I would say a lot of my character interactions are probably inspired from different movies and things that I've liked, different relationships between different characters that I liked. Really just everything that goes on in life that I'm inspired by can affect how my characters turn out and the different things that they do. You know, I could watch a movie or hear music or just kind of see something outside and an idea appears in my brain, like magic. And it ends up in my story. Maybe it's not even the same idea. It might not even be like, oh, they did this particular thing, now I kind of want to do something very, very similar to that in my book. No, sometimes they could do one thing, and the way that their story makes me feel can inspire me to come up with things that make people feel a certain way, or just inspire me to come up with a completely different idea in that sense. Ideas come from everywhere. Number 10. What's the oldest / first story idea you remember coming up with and writing down? So, oldest would probably be from when I was young and I wrote a book about cats, It was cats that were people. They were cat people. They went to school and did the exact same things that I did in real life when I was in 2nd grade. And the cat people even had the same names of people that I was in class with because it was a cat version of real life. But probably maybe more adult-ish when I first was like, oh, you know what, I've always wanted to write a book. I knew it when I was younger, and now I'm going to try to write a book. I started writing what I named Winter Sunrise, I think is what I named it. It was about Dr. Charles Winter, and he was a serial killer, or is a serial killer, and also a plastic surgeon. So that is what I started writing. And he was also like, I think he was bisexual, polyamorous. A big part of his personality was how he related to other people. So I started writing that. And then I had that dream and started writing Intertwined. So Winter Sunrise has taken a back seat to my current novel/series. So maybe after I write the 4 or 5 books for my Intertwined series, maybe I'll go back and revisit Charles Winter and finish his story. We'll see. Alright, that was the 10 questions. If you liked my video, subscribe to my channel. Ring the little bell if you want to be alerted every time I put out new videos. I put out new videos on Tuesday, although I didn't put one out last week because I ended up going to a convention last minute and I had to pack and travel and I just didn't have time, so I didn't put one out last week. But I put them out every Tuesday. But yeah, if you want to follow me, my Facebook, Twitter, all that information will be linked in the video below. Thanks for watching. You guys have a wonderful day.